Baseball is about to be back. We are less than 24 hours away from first pitch of the 2026 MLB season. The long winter is about to be over, and here we go, man. Baseball is about to be back. The gloves are about to be popping. The bats are about to be cracking at the hit of the ball. Here we go. Tomorrow it starts, but tonight we wrap up 6 divisions in 6 days with our final 2 divisions. It's double day here on the MI6 Sports Network. Let's frickin' do this, y'all. What's going on, everybody? My name is Isaiah Leong, and welcome into another episode of 6 Divisions in 6 Days. This is our final episode of 6 Divisions in 6 Days of the series because baseball starts tomorrow, and man, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. But man, baseball is about to be back, and I'm joined by my guy Tejas Iyer again. You saw him the other night when we did the AL East, and tonight he joins me for double day here of the 6 divisions in 6 days. Tejas, we are less than 24 hours away from the long winter coming to a close and spring starting and baseball starting. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. I'm very excited for tomorrow's huge first game of the season. It's going to be a really big one.
Yeah, with the Yankees and the Giants, Tony Vitello's first
Oracle
Park first game, his debut. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun there, but yeah, if you guys, like what you guys are seeing, go ahead and give us a follow on the MI6 Sports Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any of the podcast places we're there. And also, if you guys like this video, go ahead and share it everywhere. We would really appreciate it. Share it to your friends, families, loved ones. We would really appreciate it. And also, any questions or comments you guys have, feel free to put it down below in the comments section, and we will read your comments live on the air. But Tejas, it's double day, man. The NL West, your team's division, the San Francisco Giants. Let's start with them. How about that? Let's start with the NL West before we go to the AL Central. You look at that division. I'm just going to give a quick brief rundown of what every team did this offseason. The Dodgers obviously won back-to-back World Series. They beat the Blue Jays last year in Game 7 to win the World Series. And what did they do this offseason? Oh, yeah, that's right. They went out and they got the best relief pitcher on the market in Edwin Diaz. And also, they got Kyle Tucker, who is one of the best outfielders and hitters in all of baseball, to add to their team. I mean, the loaded just keeps getting even more richer. So that's what the Dodgers did. They got Kyle Tucker. They added Edwin Diaz this offseason. The San Francisco Giants, your San Francisco Giants, Tony Vitello is replacing Bob Melvin as the manager. Tony Vitello he's coming from the University of Tennessee, becoming the first skipper straight out of college to come to manage in the major leagues with no prior professional experience. That's going to be interesting to see how he does there in San Francisco. The Giants also added Luis Arraez, the second baseman, the guy that always doesn't strike out a whole lot, puts the ball in play, gets a lot of hits for really good average all the time. And then you have also for the Giants, adding Adrian Hauser, starting pitcher, and Tyler Mahle, another starting pitcher, as well as, adding a bunch of other pieces as well. Um, and then, well, Tay, just let me get your like you. Why don't you, since you're a Giants fan, why don't you give us the rundown on what the Giants did this offseason?
Well, the Giants this offseason did a few moves. They for one, they first got they got Harrison Bader from the Phillies, who's gonna be a pretty big addition, I think, to get that center field going, to kind of pair up with Jung Hoo Lee, and also that's pretty exciting. And then uh, the Giants also got Tyler Mahle, who's a starting pitcher, Adrian Hauser, starter, Ryan Barucki, Sam Henges, Jason Foley, and Michael Fulmer. As for hitters and position players, they also added Luis Arias, Andrew Kisner, and Joey Weimer. Um, Good thing they added some guys because they lost Hayden Birdsong for the season, which I think is gonna be pretty tough to go through for as a Giants fan. Um, but I think this can allow the other pitchers that the Giants got this offseason to kind of come through and kind of see where they're at, kind of see what they can kind of see what pitching level they can pitch at, and I think they I think let go of a few they let go of a few people this offseason. So they let go of Wilmer Flores, and they lost Mason Black, Joey Lucchesi, uh, Andrew Kisner, Marco Luciano, and all that. They added Harrison Bader, Adrian Hauser, and Tyler Mahle. Sorry, they released those other guys. They added him. Bryce Eldridge did not make the roster, and as did neither did Grant McCray and Carson Wisenhunt, and they were optioned to Sacramento. And Tyler Fitzgerald is still, I think, on the practice squad, as I don't even think I think he's on one of the AAA teams or something, because even he didn't make the team. Uh, I As for the Giants, I think this will be an interesting 2026 season with Tony Vitello being the new manager with no professional experience. Thankfully, Bob Melvin is out of San Francisco because he was pretty atrocious at times and was just not a very good manager. Uh,
Yeah, it'd be interesting for sure to see Tony Vitello. I
Tony
met the guy, by the
Vitello
way. I met
Hopefully, Tony Vitello takes the Giants to different heights.
right.
Kinda like,
It,
The Bills now have Joe Brady as their coach, and
yes.
they're hoping he can take them to new heights. I'm hoping Tony Vitello can take the Giants to newer heights.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I am a big fan of the Tony Vitello hire. I like it a lot. But before we get more into the Giants, let's talk about the other teams and what they did. So we went through the Dodgers, we went through the San Francisco Giants. Um, as far as the other teams, the Arizona Diamondbacks, they were thought to like everybody thought that they were going to trade or get rid of Zach Gallen. Um, they didn't do that. In fact, they re-signed Merrill Kelly. Zach Gallen is back as well. Um, and also the Colorado Rockies, they have a new president of baseball operations now with Paul DePodesta. If you guys are wondering, like, why does that name sound so familiar? It's because Paul DePodesta was Billy Beane's lieutenant with the Oakland A's back when they were doing Moneyball. And so now he is running the Colorado Rockies. They're bringing a more analytical approach to the Colorado Rockies and Coors Field there. Not a lot of moves for the Rockies this year. The Rockies didn't really do much. The
The
D-backs,
Diamondbacks,
yeah,
apparently they acquired Nolan Arenado,
that's right. That was a late addition too. I forgot
and
about that. Nolan.
they signed Carlos Santana.
Yep. That's right. Nolan Arenado is a Diamondback. Wow, that's gonna be so weird just to see him
That's
there in
gonna be
Arizona.
really, really weird. And
Hey, just what else?
He was a Rocky to start.
He was. Since you have it pulled up, what did the Rockies do this offseason? Because I don't know what they did this. I didn't really hear much about them this
The
offseason.
Colorado Rockies, they signed Michael Lorenzen, Jose Quintana,
The pitcher, yeah.
and they also acquired Willie Castro.
Okay.
They
And
traded
then,
Jake McCarthy and Edward Julian.
and how about the San Diego Padres? What did they do?
So to add to their roster with Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado, the San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres acquired Mason Miller to be the new closer. And then they lost Robert Suarez and Elias Diaz. They apparently signed Walker Buehler to a minor league contract. They also signed Nick Castellanos. Those were the San Diego Padres additions and releases.
All right. So, yeah, we got through the whole division with the rundown of what every team did this offseason. Let's get into the division. Tejas, I'll go first before you, okay? Have you go second. The NL West. Look, everybody is saying that the Dodgers are the shoe-in favorites to win it again. Maybe win the World Series, sure. But I don't think that they are like a shoe-in favorite to automatically win the NL West again. Like I think that they were the Dodgers that a lot of people don't realize is that they coast in the regular season, which means they take it easy in the regular season. They don't care about the regular season. They care about the postseason when it matters the most. They do a lot of load managing in the regular season. A lot of their guys get hurt, they try different lineups and different things like that. The Dodgers,
I hate saying good things about them.
yeah, I know, but the Dodgers, they take it easy during the regular season. So a lot of people were saying that
They should not have won the World Series. In my heart, I thought the Toronto Blue Jays really could have and should have won that. They definitely should have won that game.
right. No, I
They had
agree
a
with you.
sizable lead too, right? In Game 7.
They did, but then what's his name? Rojas
the
hits that
Dodgers-
home run.
But then the Frogers just found a way to win, and like they always do, because they're a bunch of pay to win asses, and
Well, let's talk about
I
this
hate
year.
I hate Dave Roberts.
I feel you. I do not like the Dodgers. I'm not a
I
big
hate this team. I hate Mookie Betts and
Freddie Freeman and those guys,
Freddie
Ohtani,
Freeman, Max Muncy.
Max Muncy. But yeah, like
Ohtani's great for his culture.
yeah,
Like Jung-Hoo Lee is a little like Ohtani in ways. It's like the Asian hype.
right.
Sorry, not to be.
No, you're good. You're good. But dude, Tejas, I'll tell you, I don't like everybody says the Dodgers are gonna like win the division easily. They're gonna win the World Series easily. I don't see it, dude. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that they're gonna have competition in the
yes,
NL
they will.
West.
They will.
Yeah, yeah. So when I'm making my
But as
picks,
much as I can say it,
yeah. Well,
I'm
no,
not
don't give
even
your
sure.
pick yet. Let me finish my pick first
Right.
before you give your pick. Um, let's start from 5 all the way to 1. How about that? Let's work from 5 all the way to 1. Number 5, I think you're gonna agree with me, Tejas, on this. It's the Colorado Rockies. They're a bad team. They're not good.
The
They're
Rockies have been terrible for trash for years,
yeah, no, they
and
are.
they'll just continue to be garbage.
Their pitching is very young, and
Yeah,
like they have a lot of young hitters, but like you can't with this division, like the Dodgers, the Giants, the D-backs, and the Padres, like they're too young. The Rockies players are just way too young, and they have a lot of young guys. It just seems like the Rockies are like starting a rebuild right now and starting to be serious about their rebuild. I do like some of their players, like Mickey Moniak, some of their young guys, Kyle Freeland as well.
yeah.
But I'll say this, like I wouldn't be shocked, Tejas, if Mickey Moniak, the former Philly #1 pick, the pride of San Diego, I wouldn't be shocked if Mickey Moniak hits over 35 homers this season because he's at Coors Field, like a very big hitters friendly ballpark. And I wouldn't be shocked if Mickey Moniak leads the Rockies in home runs. I wouldn't be shocked if he's in one of the leaders in the National League in home runs. The guy's got power. Like he's a really good power hitter, and I think that he's finally found a home there in Colorado. But other than that, like the entire offense is just very young. Not a lot of good players there. The starting pitchers are all like very young as well. They have a whole new coaching staff. They have a whole new president of baseball operations. It's gonna take some time to get things going there in Colorado. But
Yeah.
my if I had to make a bold prediction about the Rockies,
Remember last year they had a fight with the Giants,
yes, they did.
the Devers and the pitcher.
The pitcher, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
was
I think with the Rockies, like I think they're gonna probably lose 100 games. And my bold prediction for the Rockies though is Mickey Moniak will hit 35 homers and he will make the NL All-Star team as the representative of the Rockies. So that's I guess my prediction
they
for them.
might lose 110 games.
True, they might lose 110
But I'm
games.
gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'll say it later. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I got the Rockies at 5. All right, number 4.
Who doesn't have the Rockies at 5?
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing. Remember, I'm the one that picked the Rays to win the AL East when everybody has them in 5.
Your
So
predictions a couple days ago were also different, but anything can happen.
right. All right, let's go to 4. 4, I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres. And the reason why is because I think they have a lot of talent on offense with guys like Tatis and Machado, Jackson Merrill, Nicholas Castellanos. I think he'll be better there in San Diego. He's still a good hitter. Like it's just that what happened in Philadelphia was like the fans hated him. He and the manager, Rob Thompson, had
How
like
about
beef.
Darvish?
I think he's out because he has like an elbow injury. But yeah, Darvish is out. Michael King was in and out with injuries last year. Mason Miller is one of the best closers in all of baseball. But other than that, like, dude, the Padres don't really have pitching to scare anybody. Like, I look at the division. I think the Dodgers have better pitchers. I think the D-backs, even the D-backs have better pitchers, and the Giants have better pitchers. So,
What
like,
happened to Joe Musgrove?
he's also been hurt. He's been in and out with injuries too. Like, he just has a bad elbow. Um, but yeah, I think the Padres. I'm gonna go with the Padres in 4. I just don't think they have the pitching. Their lineup is okay, but I think that pitching is gonna matter a lot in this division in this season. And I don't like their manager. Like, Tejas, the Padres hired Craig Stammen to be their first manager or first year manager, and you'll be like, who is that? He's the former relief pitcher for the Padres, Yankees, Nationals. Now he's the manager. Like, when have you ever heard of a pitcher become a manager? Like, that just never happens. Like, normally it's like catchers, they end up becoming managers. But like a guy that's a pitcher becoming a manager, like I don't like it. And I think that he's a puppet for AJ Preller, their GM. And also, like, I think with Stammen with him now as the Padres manager, like it's the same with the Orioles. Like, why are you hiring a guy that's never managed before to manage a team that's trying to win a World Series? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I think Tatis will be good. I think Mickey Moniak will be better than Tatis, honestly, if we're being like honest. But
Yeah.
Machado, Tatis, they're gonna be good. But dude, the players are not going to respect Craig Stammen. Like first year manager, he just retired from playing baseball. Like, they should not have hired Craig Stammen. They should have honestly hired a guy like Joe Girardi or Joe Madden or even Jeff Bannister to be their manager. But it doesn't make any sense. So I got the Padres in 4.
What
Number
about Baker?
3. What's that?
What about Baker?
Baker. Who's Baker?
Sorry, Dusty.
Oh, Dusty Baker. Yeah. He's too old, sadly. I think he's like, what, 75 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should have brought back Bochy. Like, I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, why are you bringing a first-year manager instead of like some of these legends that have done it before? Or not Bob Melvin. How about Brian Snitker from the Braves? He would have been good. But number 3, so I got Padres 4, Rockies 5.
So you're low on the Padres this season.
I am. I'm low on the Padres this year. Number 3 on my list. I'm gonna go with the San Francisco Giants, and here's why. I think Tony Vitello will be good for the Giants. I think the Giants will make a wild card spot, but I think the Giants rotation has a lot of like question marks, right? Like Logan Webb is the starter, but after Logan Webb and also Robbie Ray, after your 1 and your number 2 starters, like you have a lot of question marks in that rotation. Like, I don't know who really to trust. Is it going to be Adrian Hauser? But he's been like around the league a lot, been injured a lot. Tyler Mahle just came back from injury last year when he pitched for my Rangers last year, and he wasn't really that good. Yeah, he wasn't that good, honestly.
Freezing.
What's that?
Isaiah, the thing was freezing.
It's all good. It's gonna happen.
Now you're okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna turn off my camera. But yeah, Giants, I'm worried about their starting pitchers outside of Logan Webb. I do think their lineup's going to be able to hit.
What about Roop?
He's too young, dude. Like, he's not experienced. Like, he needs to show me. That's what he does. He needs to show me that he can do it consistently on the major league level. Like, I just think right now he's just way too young.
Yeah, bro.
But I do like the Giants lineup, though. Like, Jung-Ho Lee. Yeah, Jung-Ho Lee will be able to put the ball in play, get on base, hit triples. Matt Chapman, I think, will bounce back and have a good year. Devers, I think, will hit 40 homers for the Giants. He's going to be awesome for them. I'm trying to think.
Devers reminds me of that Pablo Sandoval.
No, he reminds me of David Ortiz, dude. Like, David Ortiz with the Red Sox, the big slugger.
Oh, well, as a Red Sox player, he'll remind you of Big Papi.
Yes.
But now he's a Giant, so now he gives me Sandoval vibe.
He does, in a way. I'm down on Patrick Bailey because he strikes out too much.
Patrick Bailey is not a good hitter.
No, he's not. He's not
He's not trustworthy in the situation.
No, he's he either hits a home run or a loud double, or he just strikes out, and like you can't really trust
Or
him.
he hits a grounder.
Yeah, yeah. And then Willie Adames will be able to he's
Yeah,
gonna be awesome in his second year in San Francisco.
yeah.
I love that guy a
Adames,
lot.
after a shaky start to last year, he finally caught fire,
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did.
and he proved why he was traded.
Right. Or signed, yeah. But I also worry, Tejas, about the Giants bullpen because they don't have a closer.
Isaiah, the
Um,
Giants bullpen is always a worry. Like
that's the problem.
there's never a time where it's not a worry.
Right, right. I worry about it because you don't have a closer. You don't have a setup guy that can get it to whoever's the closer. They don't have the pitching, and that's another problem. They can hit, but they can't pitch, is my biggest concern. Like, I think the Giants, honestly, if I have to look, they need to go grab a big time closer if they really want to contend.
Rodriguez is still hurt.
Yeah, Rodriguez, he's out for the year too because he had Tommy John surgery last August or September. But I think Tony Vitello will help a lot. I like his energy, his passion. I think that team last year for the Giants, they just Bob Melvin. Sadly, I like Bob Melvin, but Bob Melvin was just very he didn't have energy. He didn't have a lot of passion.
I didn't like him.
He didn't have a lot of energy or passion. So
we needed an upgrade from Gabe Kapler.
Gabe Kapler didn't have any energy too.
Bob Melvin actually did worse than Gabe Kapler because Kapler at least made the playoffs for that 1 year where they won 100 games, which now just seems like a fantasy.
Yeah, but I will also say this about the Giants before I go to my final two teams in the NL West. I think Buster Posey is kind of stupid for sending down Tyler Fitzgerald and making Luis Arias the second baseman because Luis Arias is one of the worst fielding second basemen in all of baseball, and I think he should be the designated hitter for the Giants. I think he would be perfect because he's a really good hitter, but he just can't field, and so you're relying on Ron Washington to help teach him how to field, I just don't like that move. I think Tyler Fitzgerald, book it, Tejas, in May. He's going to come back up. He's going to dominate the minors. He's going to come back in May, and Tyler Fitzgerald will go on a massive tear and be the Giants starting second baseman from here on out after that, and he will make the all-star team in the NL. I guarantee you that. Put that prediction down. But
I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's
I think Fitzgerald did not. He didn't grow his play last year the way we wanted him to. He didn't take that next step after a promising first year.
Yeah, he had a sophomore slump, sadly. Okay. Let's get into the final two teams before I give you the floor, Tejas. My winner. You're gonna be shocked at this, Tejas. My winner for the NL West is gonna be the Arizona Diamondbacks. And here's why. Because like I said, I think the Dodgers are going to take it easy in the regular season. I don't think they're going to try as hard because they care more about the postseason. They don't care about winning the division title, whatever. Okay, fine. The Diamondbacks have a lot of good young talent with Corbin Carroll, Gabriel Moreno. They brought in Nolan Arenado, which will help their offense a lot. Their starting pitchers, Zach Gallen, I think will be a lot better because he was just marred by injuries last year. Merrill Kelly was dominant last year. He's back in Arizona now. Corbin Burns, starting pitcher, will come back, I think, in June. So that's going to add another big-time arm to their rotation. And then, they have guys like Brandon Pfaadt, who also is a good young starting pitcher. So I think that starting pitching for the D-backs will definitely take that next step and be the rock as to why the D-backs will be good. And that offense, like Arenado's, I think will go back to Rocky's Arenado form, where he's gonna hit like 40 homers in that like ballpark at Chase Field. So D-backs for me is gonna be one. Dodgers two. Look, they're gonna be a good team. I'm not saying they're not gonna be a good team. They're gonna be a good team, but it's going to be the Giants, the Dodgers, and the D-backs battling for the NL West. All three teams, I think, are going to get into the playoffs. But the Dodgers, I just think look, they have so much talent, so much depth, but they're just gonna take it easy in the regular season, like they always do. So I think for the Dodgers, the thing to watch out for is the offense is gonna be great with Tucker and Ohtani and Freeman and Mookie and all these other guys that they have. The pitching is what also kind of worries me because Ohtani didn't he pitched somewhat a little bit down the stretch, but he still has like elbow issues left and right. Blake Snell got hurt last season. Glasnow's injury prone. They don't have Clayton Kershaw anymore, which will kind of be weird. But the Dodgers just their pitchers just always get hurt. That's the problem with the Dodgers. And I can't trust them to stay healthy. So for the regular season, I'm going D-backs, NL West champs. You heard it here first. But Tejas, what about you? Who are you picking? What does your NL West look like this year?
So to begin things, I have the Dodgers. I have the Dodgers winning 0 games and losing 162.
No way. You're kidding.
I think they're frauds and they should be banned from baseball.
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, okay. My number 5 is gonna be, I think there's a no doubt, the Coors Field Colorado Rockies, where every opposing team is just gonna hit bomb their way to victory over that team that just looks lifeless. Um, they're probably gonna win. Uh, they'll probably win like 60 games or something. Now my second,
You're
uh,
fourth, you mean.
my
You're
fourth,
fourth.
my fourth place team in the National League West is gonna be the Arizona Diamondbacks because um, while they did make some signings, I'm not really sure as to how they're gonna change the Diamondbacks to going back to being like a playoff contender, or a real like a playoff team. Um, I guess, but they did add Nolan Arenado, who will help them. Uh, but yeah, I just think it'll be like a similar thing. Honestly, my my 3 and 4 my 3 and 4 are interchangeable, sort of. So I think the Diamondbacks will again win around maybe in the low 80s, like 82 games or 81 games, 80 games, be at 500. My number 3 team is gonna be my team, the San Francisco Giants. Again, I think us and the D-backs will be interchangeable. I think Either one of us will be third and one of us will be fourth. We don't know how Tony Vitello is gonna fare in the major leagues because he doesn't have any prior experience. Uh, that's already a sign like, okay, I don't really know how this is gonna go. And the Giants every year, it's just been kind of painful. Uh, they always get hot at around April, March, and May, and then they have the so-called June swoon and July swoon where they start losing and they start getting exposed by everyone else in the league, and they revert down to being like just an average 500 ball club for the rest of the season. And it's just so damn annoying. Like I want to change to the culture and I want the Giants to start winning again because I think us fans in here in the Bay Area, we'd love it if the Giants started, winning baseball again. I do think we have a lot of promising players. There's Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, Rafael Devers, Matt Chapman still hitting it well, even though he's getting older. Logan Webb obviously is the best pitcher. Um, I think the Giants have the pieces. They just need a really good manager that can kind of turn it around. And um I still don't think I still don't think they're finished with a better record than the other two teams that I will mention. Um so with that, I think the Giants will barely improve from last year and they'll probably win uh I say 83 wins. 82 or 83 wins, so about the same as last year. Again, unless Vitello completely changes the culture. I don't really see the Giants being anything besides the same old Giants that we've already seen. And now I'm gonna come to my number 2 prediction of who I think will win the NL who I think will become 2nd in the NL West. That team is gonna be the San Diego Padres. I have them at 2nd place. While they did hire a new pitcher to become their new manager, I still think they're talented with Tatis and Machado and uh, Xander Bogaerts and Profar and you know the rest of
Mason Miller.
Mason Miller. Yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty good. I just think with all that talent, it's kind of tough to for me to not put the Padres not put the Padres, like, in 2nd place when they're clearly better than 4 teams. In my eyes, they're better than 4 other teams and slightly worse than the 1st place team that I'm sadly gonna have to get to. Um, yeah, so with the Padres, and I've been to their ballpark. I went to do it a few years ago. It's beautiful. Petco Park is a lovely ballpark, and I think they'll win probably like at least 87 games. At least 86 or 87 games. Kind of similar to last year, although they won the Padres, where they go? They won 90 games this past year. I'd say, yeah, 88 or 89, high 80s wins for the Padres. And then number 1, uh, just end my suffering and end my I just wanna die off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh my God.
Uh, This team literally makes living life painful, so they make baseball a heart attack. Uh, Fortunately, I have the Padres winning the division, and the Dodgers will go 0 and 162.
Wow, really?
Yeah, but yeah, but no.
Yeah, no, you gotta pick. You're picking the Dodgers. I know you are.
I don't want to pick them because it's so tempting to not want to pick them.
Hey, I don't think I'll tell you though. There's a shot that they might not win the division because I could see them just relaxing in the regular season and not trying that hard. Like that's why I'm picking Arizona because I don't think the Dodgers are gonna take the regular season seriously.
Well, the frauds always find a way to gel their team up, unfortunately. As much as I hate Mookie Betts and Clayton Kershaw and Dave Roberts and Freddie Freeman, and I guess Shohei Ohtani because he's a Dodger, uh, the frauders are going to. No, Isaiah, here's what's going to happen. They're going to win negative games.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to be negative record. Or you know what? You know what I'd love for this team? To
What?
get caught in a cheating scandal.
Oh my
That'd be the
gosh.
perfect story.
You know, I honestly I hope the Dodgers don't win it because or win it
Yeah.
all. Like, right? Like winning the NL West, whatever. Like, because when you win the NL West, like honestly nobody cares because that's the division. So like it doesn't really matter. But I hope the Dodgers, for the love of it, do not win again. Because like then we're gonna have a real
Nobody
lockout. I'm
wants
telling you
them
right
to
now, we're
win.
gonna have a lockout, dude. Like we're gonna have a
Yeah,
massive
nobody.
lockout.
Yeah, financially, it's not good for these guys.
But you're just to wrap up this segment, Teachers, you're picking Dodgers, sadly. You have to pick the Dodgers.
Uh,
Yeah, you're picking the Dodgers. You're picking the Dodgers.
so
Uh,
technically, I have to pick them, but it's like
hey, I picked
Seattle
Arizona. I picked
when
Arizona.
Seattle when Seattle is.
I did pick the D backs, though.
Wait, maybe I'll just keep my prediction that the Dodgers will
Uh,
win negative games and San Diego will win the division.
all right, let's turn our attention to sleeper teams because this segment's gone on like a long time. But let's get into some sleeper teams, shall we? Which is, a team in this division that you think will just surprise everybody that nobody's really talked about. So Tejas can't like do the Dodgers. I can't do the D-backs because I got Arizona winning the division. It's got to be a
How can
team that
I can't pick them though because they're
well,
already there.
yeah,
So
you can't pick well, obviously you can't pick the Dodgers because they're not a sleeper team whatsoever. But I mean, I guess I could pick the D back. Well, you know what? They just for my sleeper team, I gotta go with Arizona because
that's my sleeper.
I gotta go with Arizona because
Arizona's my sleeper.
I agree with you.
I think they're a few pieces away from being playoffs again.
Well, I like their team a lot.
Wouldn't
Like
you
I went
agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they got the pitching right. Zach
Yeah.
Allen, he's finally healthy now. He was struggling with a back injury last year. When you're a pitcher and you have a back injury, like that takes a lot off of you. That's not good. So he's back. Merrill Kelly's back. I think they have Eduardo Rodriguez. He's back as well. Um, Corbin Burns will come back sometime late in the season. They have a lot of good young pitchers. And then they have a lot of good young hitters as well as veterans like Nolan Arenado, Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, who everybody thought was going to get traded this offseason. They have Alex Thomas in center field, who's one of my favorite, outfielders in the game to watch. I do think the D-backs bullpen is going to kind of have some issues. But Paul Sewald, I expect him to bounce back and be that closer to shut things down in the ninth. He did, he struggled last season. he has struggled since Corey Seager hit that bomb off of him in the World Series. But I do think he's gonna bounce back. Like the thing with relievers is like they always have one good year, then bad year, then good year again. So I think the trend is gonna continue, and he's gonna have a good year for the D-backs. But yeah, me and Tejas both picking Arizona as our sleeper team to watch. Um, let's get into some sleeper players, Tejas, that nobody is talking about that you think will surprise everybody here in this division. I'm gonna go first while you look at your sleeper players. For me, I got a couple players to watch out for. I'm gonna go with number one, Mickey Moniak of the Rockies. I think that he's gonna make the All-Star team this upcoming season. He's at the perfect place, Coors Field. He really improved his swing last year. Maybe it was because of Coors Field, who knows? But the guy hit like 20 plus homers last year, and he was a star for the Rockies in the outfield on defense and also hitting the ball as well. So I do think Mickey Moniak, who I have as my picture right here, by the way, will make the All-Star team. I think he's going to club 30 plus homers, 35 homers, and make the All-Star team and be like the only bright spot for the Rockies. So I'm going to go with Mickey Moniak. Everybody needs to pay attention to him. He's got good power. He's young. He's still learning at the major league level. So watch out for him. And then Alex Thomas is another one, young stud in the outfield for the D-backs, really good at defense, sneaky good hitter as well. I think he's in his second or third year now in the big leagues. And I think he's finally going to put it together this year for Arizona and be a big part of their success. Um, and then as far as pitchers, I talked about a lot of hitters already. As far as pitchers is concerned, I think for pitchers, I do agree with you, Tejas. I'm going to go with Landon Roop of the Giants. I don't know if you
Landon
had him.
Landon Roop is one of my sleepers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Landon Roop of the Giants because young pitcher, he has the stuff. It's just that
Mhm,
with young pitchers, they need to be consistent. And he had to learn last year, you gotta be consistent, you gotta be able to locate your stuff at all times. And I think that, he had a really good spring training. I think he was one of the Giants' best pitchers in their rotation in spring training. So
mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Landon Roop as my sleeper as well. So those are my three sleepers. Tejas, who are your sleeper players?
So one of my sleeper players was Landon Roop. I think he has the arm, and I think he has I guess he has it in him to be able to start and to uh, develop his game. He's a young pitcher. Um, had a lot of promising starts last year. So, hopefully he can continue that this year. Another sleeper that I have is Jordan Lawlar for the Diamondbacks. Uh, he is,
Isn't he? He's an outfielder, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah. He's an outfielder. By the way, just wanted to highlight this comment. Casey says, Isaiah, you're drunk picking the D-backs to win the NL West. Tejas, Casey, the reason why I'm saying that is because, like I told Tejas, I think the Dodgers are going to coast in the regular season. I don't think they're going to take it seriously because they care about the playoffs. And the thing with the Dodgers is, like, when you go to back-to-back World Series and you make deep runs in back-to-back years, that takes a toll on you. So, and I'm not trying to wish injury on anybody, but I think injury could be a concern for you guys because of all that wear and tear that the Dodgers have accumulated because of all those deep runs that they've had the last couple of years. So, that's why I'm picking Arizona. But they just continue on with your sleeper players.
Yeah, so I think Lawlar had actually a pretty good spring training, and that could set for a pretty big breakout. for him, and I guess Alec Thomas, who is also, I guess, kind of like a young, a sleeper, because both of those guys, will probably, can be really promising players in the lineup, and they can get the time to really grow and develop their game.
Okay, I like that a
And
lot.
then, my last sleeper pick, you wanna know who it is?
Who is it?
It's Bryce Eldridge.
Oh, the power bat for the Giants.
Yeah, I think young player, young bat. I think if he gets more reps and more playing time, he can finally develop his game and really kinda show, what he can do. He's a young player. A lot of people hype him, I guess, and, you know think he could be like a next good hitter. So, but then at the same time, a lot of people, I guess, kind of doubt him as well, but because he's so young. But I think if there's any other sleeper pick, I think he'd be a good one because he could find a way to kind of sneak in and kind of start playing start playing well.
Oh,
Hilliard Ramos.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
another one of mine.
Ramos is good. He's already a really good hitter. Like, I just wanna see more from, like, his fielding.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Also, if
I
I was
wanna see more from that because it's clear that he can hit the baseball, but he just needs to work on his base running and his defensive, like, his defensive fielding.
And then the last one I want to give is Tyler Glass now from the Dodgers. He's got great stuff, just can't stay healthy, but
Yeah.
I think he will be able to this year. He doesn't have a lot of stress on him, not a lot of pressure is on him this year in the rotation. So, I think that he's going to be a sleeper. A guy that could maybe win like 15 to 17 games, ERA maybe like 2 point something, and like get into the Cy Young conversation. But yeah, those are our sleeper players as well as sleeper picks. Um, Before we get to the ballpark ranking, because let's turn the ballpark rankings to let's combine the AL Central and the NL West. Let's do that together towards the end of the show. But let's get into the AL Central because that's today is double day, right? So we're doing the AL Central and the NL West. And AL Central, just a quick brief offseason rundown for you guys. Detroit was one of the most aggressive teams this offseason. They added Framber Valdez, star lefty from the Astros. They also added Justin Verlander to bolster the rotation. Fortunately for Tiger fans, they didn't trade Tarek Skubal like a lot of people thought they would, but he does have 1 year left on his contract. And a lot of people are speculating that he might get traded. So who knows? That's what the Tigers did. The Kansas City Royals didn't really do much this offseason. They did sign Starling Marte to a 1 year deal. He's going to make the team. The Cleveland Guardians, another team that didn't really do much this offseason. They were going to trade a lot of players, but then they didn't. Very quiet offseason for them. And then let's move to the Minnesota Twins. They have a new manager. Derek Shelton takes the helm for the Twins, replacing Rocco Baldelli, former Pirates manager. Now he's the Twins manager. But the Twins, just another bad year. They traded away a lot of people at the trade deadline, so they are not going to be good at all this upcoming season. And then last but not least, we did the Tigers, we did the Twins, we did the Royals, we did the Guardians, the White Sox. I don't think they did anything either. I think this division was pretty quiet outside of the Tigers. So, hey, just since I went first on the NL West, you go first on the AL Central. one through five.
The
How
White
is the
Sox
AL Central going to shake out for you?
the White Sox are the Rockies of the AL West. Basically, I mean, they're both just in similar paths. They are both terrible baseball teams and just terrible ball clubs. Uh, I have the White Sox obviously at sitting at 5. And then I think this division's a little more straightforward. Let me see here.
I think the Twins, Tejas, if I'm being honest, I think they're going to be they're going to be the worst team in baseball because they traded everybody at the deadline last year. They fired their manager. Like they're going to be, I think they could be worse than the White Sox just because they traded everybody. They don't have any talent right now on that team. It's literally a bunch of like minor leaguers for the Twins, and their manager is a guy that was one of the worst managers in all of baseball that Pirate fans wanted him fired. That's how bad he was. He's now the new Twins manager.
Yeah. Well, I think the White Sox and the Twins are gonna be the bottom two, and then at third, I would say the Kansas City Royals at third, and then because they don't really look like they're too good either. Um, so then, yeah, I have either Detroit or Cleveland winning this division.
So you got Cleveland or you got Detroit?
Uh, well, the Guardians got they resigned Riz Hoskins, and they also got Pedro Avila, and they also got Ben Lively and Colby Allard. The Detroit Tigers this offseason obviously signed their legend Verlander. They traded Johan Simon. Uh, and then they signed a couple like minor league deals. Uh, but yeah, ultimately, I think I think the White Sox will win. I think the White Sox are gonna. I think the White Sox will win. Let me see. I think the White Sox will win. Probably 60 games again, like always. I think the Twins will win like 65 or 70 games. They'll be low at the low tier. I think Kansas City will win like 80 games again. Because they didn't really do much this off season. I think they'll just have this similar average record. And then as for Detroit, and I think Cleveland will win the division again, and I think Detroit will be second, and I think they'll both have the same amount of wins, just like the high 80s.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give my predictions quickly. I think that's a good list, Tejas, and I probably will agree with you for a lot of it. Because we are running in at we're about an hour, so what don't want to go too long tonight. But for me, I'm gonna go with I'm actually going to disagree with you on last place. I think the Twins are worse than the White Sox. At least the White Sox are starting a rebuild or have started a rebuild. They kind of have some young prospects that are looking up. So I think the Twins are going to be in last. They're still just starting to rebuild. It's unfortunate what happened in Minnesota. I feel bad for the fans there. I think the Twins are going to be one of the worst teams in all of baseball. Like I think we're looking at the Twins being last year's Rockies and going like 50 and like 122 or something like that, or 112 or something like that. Like I think they're gonna be really bad. So I got the Twins in last. I got the White Sox at fourth. I like some of their young talent there. I think they could surprise some people and be a pesky team this season in baseball. I like Will Venable, their manager. He's very young, he's very bright, he knows what the heck he's doing, and he's going to be a good manager for them. And then number three, I'm going to go with the Guardians. Like, I think the Guardians are a team that are kind of on the downfall of things. Like, I think last year, they overcame the Tigers at the end after the Tigers blew a big lead. But I do think that the Guardians, like they are going to trade Stephen Kwan and potentially some of their other pieces at the deadline this year. So watch out for that. They just don't have a lot of offense outside of Stephen Kwan and Jose Ramirez. So I don't see the Guardians really doing much this year. I think they're going to be in third. The Royals, in my opinion, is going to be in second. I think Starling Marte is a great signing. He's a good bat. I think he's going to have a career renaissance with the Royals and really do well with the Royals. And I think that Bobby Witt Jr. is going to continue to dominate there in Kansas City. They just don't have the pitching, sadly, to be able to compete with the Tigers. So, having said that, I think Detroit runs away with this division. I think Verlander is going to be sensational in Detroit in his return. I think Valdez will be really good there. And just look at this. Valdez and Scooball. What a great 1-2 punch there in Detroit. Like, that's nasty in Detroit. And AJ Hinch is a terrific manager. And the Tigers have like Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Torkelson, some of these guys that can hit. But their pitching is going to carry them. So I got Detroit running away with it. I don't think it's
What
going to be
about
that close.
Javi?
Javi, oh, I mean, he was good last year. I was wrong about Javi. I thought that Javi was going to suck, but Javi was actually pretty good last season. But yeah, let's get into some sleeper players. I know it's getting late, but some sleeper players to watch, or a sleeper team to watch. In my bad. Sleeper team for this division. Damn, Tejas, this is tough because we both
This
say the
is
White
tough
Sox
because
and
they're not
Twins.
really gonna have any sleeper. There's not really a sleeper team.
If you had to pick one, who are you picking? For me, I'll give you mine. I'm going with the White Sox because I don't think they're not making the playoffs, obviously. They're not winning the division. But I could see them surprising people and being like a tough team for teams to play. And like, they could surprise and improve their win total, right? Like last year they won only 60 games. I could see the White Sox winning like 75, like the Marlins, last year, and being that young, fun team that, they still have some room to grow, but you can see the progress of the rebuild. So I'm going to go with the White Sox.
Yeah, I think White Sox makes perfect sense because the Tigers, Twins, and Royals and Guardians can't be. Sorry, I was gonna say Indians.
It's all good. I've done that many times before.
Yeah, I would think that none of those four teams can really be a sleeper team because
Detroit's too
they're
good.
not
You can't have them as a sleeper.
yeah, they're not really gonna surprise anybody. Like they'll still be like the same. I think they'll still be the same place. The teams will still be in the same places, just a few differences. But the White Sox, yeah, if they get a young team and young players, they can win more games. So for them to build the win total is huge. So I think they're the sleeper team.
All right, and this next topic is gonna be the one that me and Tejas might struggle on a lot, which is sleeper players for the AL Central. Um, you know what? I'll go first on this. Okay, sleeper players for this division. Tejas, I'm gonna go with Starling Marte. I think the guy's still got something left in the tank there. I know he's 37 years old, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The guy doesn't strike out a whole lot. He puts the bat on the ball. He's kind of like Luis Ariz of the Giants. He doesn't strike out whole lot. Puts the ball in play, and when you put the ball in play, good things happen. So I think he's gonna be really good for the Royals in Kansas City. Some other sleepers to watch out for. Um, ooh, this is tough. Um, I think I only got Starling Marte. I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Like the White Sox have a lot of good young talent. Maybe some of those talents from the White Sox you can definitely watch out for. But um, as oh wow, you got my boy Chardot in the mix. What's up, Chardot? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Isaiah? What's up, Tejas? How you two gentlemen doing?
I'm good.
Uh, so
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing
Give
great.
us your AL Central give us your AL Central preview as me and Tay just struggle with the sleeper players for this division.
The AL Central, I don't have any sleeper players for the AL Central. That's kind of hard because I don't know if there's any sleeper players in the AL Central.
But who do you have for the AL Central? Like who's your like 5 to 1, fifth place all the way to 1? Who are you lining up with in this division?
So what are the teams in the AL Central?
It's the
So we got
Guardians, Tigers, Guardians, Royals, White Sox, and Twins.
So what were the teams again?
I'll just put it in the chat.
yeah, it's the Royals, the Guardians, the White Sox, the Tigers, and the Twins. You know what? I got a couple sleeper players. Munetake Murakami, the big Japanese slugger that came from
Yeah,
Japan. He's now a White
yeah,
Sox.
yeah.
Signed a 2-year deal. Huge power, a lot of strikeouts. However, I could see him being a sleeper. He's going to be their big star in Chicago, especially for their offense. So I could see him being that sleeper player. Watch out for Shane Smith. Was the All Star of the White Sox last season, starting pitcher. So I could see him taking another step up. And then
So I'm gonna
uh,
so I'm gonna go with number 5 White Sox, number 4 Twins, number 3 Tigers, number 2 Royals, number 1 Guardians.
Whoa.
oh wow, okay. Tejas, my last sleeper player before I go to you. Watch out for Brian Rocchio, the Guardian shortstop. He's a good defender, one of the best defenders in all of baseball. His bat is a big concern, but I mean, I think like last year he wasn't all too bad last season for the Guardians in terms of like hitting. He was decent, but I think another year, I think he could definitely be good for the Guardians. But who are your sleeper players, Tejas, um, for this division?
I would say for the Guardians, Kyle Manzardo, um, the first baseman, who is a power threat, and then Chase Delator, and then for the Tigers, I would say Dylan Dangler and Trey Sweeney um, would be my sleepers, as well as Michael Vargas for the Chicago White Sox. I guess those would be my sleeper picks because
Yeah, it's hard.
they're
We got stumped.
young and promising.
Right. That's me and Tate just got stumped on that. That was hard. But let's get
That's
into
a
the ball.
tough question.
Yeah, no, it is. Especially in that division where you're like, okay, it's kind of like Detroit and everybody else. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, you don't really know. But let's get into the ballpark rankings. We're gonna rank the NL West first, and then we're gonna rank the AL Central. Um, Hey, just since you got your team is in the NL West, the floor is yours. How about you rank the NL West ballparks first? We got Oracle Park, Dodger Stadium, Coors Field, Petco Park, and Chase Field. Take it away, my friend.
So I've only been to 2 of the 5 ballparks, Oracle Park and Petco Park. Thankfully, have not been to Dodger Stadium, but you know what I should do, Isaiah?
If it's a threat, don't say it on air, though. Don't say it on air.
No, I should go to Dodger Stadium and wear a Giants jersey.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were gonna say something else. I was like, yeah. But continue with your ranking.
So I would put Oracle Park at number 1. I just think I've been to Oracle Park for at least 17 years. It is the nicest it's the nicest ballpark. It's one of the nicest ballparks I've ever seen. And everything about it is just very like everything about it is just very like beautiful. Like the light and the view of the bay, the view of McCovey Cove and you get the view of the bleacher seats, uh the field itself, it just looks really, really nice. You get a view of the bay, and uh, you get Giants baseball has a lot of history, obviously dating back to the New York days. So there's like I guess a museum, and you can tour the ballpark, and I just think you know San Francisco really lives up to that stadium because that's what's been really keeping it going, for the past many years. And, Giant fans and Giant faithful were always like so loyal and we're so passionate, right? So I just love the Giants fans. There's quite a lot of things to love. The torture, the triumph, seeing it together. I just think
You
Oracle I just huh?
you forgot about the best part. One of the best parts of Oracle Park, the Coke bottle
Sorry,
and the glove.
sorry, the Coke I forgot the Coke bottle.
The Coke bottle is awesome.
There is a giant Coke bottle that, is there, and there's a lot of great food options. There's hamburgers, hot dogs, garlic fries, burgers, chicken tenders, whatever. I just think, look-wise, uh, and just view-wise, Oracle Park is just you get the Bay Bridge and, in your view, it's just one of the nicest ballparks ever. Now, my second in this division is Petco Park, the other ballpark in the division that I've been to. Uh, Petco Park is a really nice ballpark. The Padre fans are actually very loyal, and I think um, I managed to find a lot of Giants fans down there, even though it wasn't a Giants Padres game. But the Padre fans are pretty nice to me. And you know what? I think their ballpark is one of the nicest looking ballparks because there's like a field that's under there's near the scoreboard. There's like a field that fans can sit on the grass area, and it just looks so like scenic. And then on left field, there's like a nice like kind of eating area, I guess, where a lot of the left field balls go bomb. Uh, there's that area in left field, and I can't really remember like the name. Um, both ballparks have a lot of memorabilia that they sell to kind of give you that ballpark, the ballpark vibe. And the Padres fans are very passionate fans. You know, I can really respect that about them. And there's one thing I like about, the Padre fans, is, we can team up to hate the Frogers. That's what I like about us and the Padres. We can be rivals, but we'll always team up to severely hate the Los Angeles frauds. So, and the other thing I like about Petco Park and the Giant Stadium is it's in downtown, and it's in like a really nice part of they're both in really nice parts of downtown. Petco Park is in the Gaslight District. I love that district. I've been there twice now in my lifetime. It's just an overall, you know, great setting for the fans. Uh, and there's a lot of great ways to get to the ballpark via public transportation and all that. And there was also a lot of good food. I had pizza at Petco Park, and I thought, the pizza was really, really, really nice. But yeah, Petco Park definitely one of the better ballparks I've been to. Wow, this guy's been to all 5 of the NL West ballparks. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
crazy, right?
I should go to all 5 ballparks. Uh, okay,
What's your three?
now my 3, I'm gonna have to do it based on, like, not knowing anything about the ballpark. Um, I guess,
So
I
you got Dodger Stadium, Coors Field, and Chase Field left.
I'll say Coors Field 3 because Chase Field is too hot in Arizona. I guess that's a reason. I don't know too much about the ballparks, but Coors Field, I know the players hit a lot of home runs and it's kind of easy for them. I've heard a lot of good things about Coors Field. Um, but overall, yeah, I think I would just put that at 3 and then Chase Field at 4. And now the 5th ballpark, the worst ballpark in this the worst ballpark in this division is Dodger Stadium.
Oh, I don't think that's a bad list. But here's the thing. The NL West, like you can go any combination 1 through 5, and it's hard because I feel like
Yeah.
the NL West, like all 5 ballparks are just amazing. Like they're really good ballparks. Just do we still have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
We got you.
Uh,
We got you.
yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. Maybe it was just on my end. It was just freezing. But
Yeah,
what's it called?
I've been to Los Angeles, but I've never been to the Dodger Stadium because I don't really wanna
Yeah.
go. because I would never want to see a Dodgers game as a Giants fan. That just sucks.
But honestly, though, like you do got to give the stadium credit though because they have that 100+ year history, and it's just iconic. Like it's just like a historic stadium. It's like Yankee and Fenway, or Fenway. It's like it's like a museum basically. But that's why for me
How
it's
are those
hard
fans
because
going
like
to feel this season when they go back to Dodger Stadium? And how are the fans going to feel knowing that the Dodgers are going to win no games this season?
well, anyways, hey, look, here's my list because I know we are running a little bit on time, but I've been at Oracle Park. I have been at Dodger Stadium, not for a game, but for like a tour of it. So it was really cool. I went to Petco Park, but I stood in that grassy area that you mentioned to just watch during
You should
COVID
be
time.
thanking this, Isaiah, because you've probably been to all 5 ballparks.
I've never been to Colorado. That's my dream is to go to
So
Colorado.
you've been
Like,
to 4. You've
yes,
been
I've
to
been to
4
four.
ballparks, and you
Yes.
know that Coors Field is easy for home runs, so
And it's
you'll
nice
get a
too.
better rating.
All right. For me, number one on my list, it's obviously Oracle Park with the Giants. You got the Bay out there. You got the Coke bottle, the glove. You've got, you just got every good food. Great like good public transit way to get there. It's just really nice ballpark. I think it's one of the nicest ballparks in all of baseball. So gotta put that at one. Number two, this might shock you. But I'm actually gonna go with Chase Field. Like I've been to Chase Field twice for 2 games, and it was really nice. And Chase Field is honestly the place where I started. Like I watched a lot of baseball growing up on TV from. A lot of games I've watched that from the Giants D-backs games back in the day to Giants D-backs games back in the day with Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain, Ian Kennedy, Willie Bloomquist, and those guys beat Justin Upton to the Rangers, my Texas Rangers winning the World Series there, a couple of years ago. That's why every time I take just when I go back to Chase Field, I gotta wear my Rangers World Series jersey or shirt and kind of flex on that ballpark like daddy's home. but but look, I like Chase Field. I think it's a good place. It's fun. The seats are very comfortable there. I love the swimming pool out in right field. One of the most unique features in all of stadiums. And the
I
food there is
definitely
great.
a swimming pool.
Yeah, well, I want to swim in this. I did. Here's the thing: when you sit in right field and you sit in the bleachers and you sit by the pool because the pool is in right field, right? And I sat next to the pool when I went to Arizona. The whole time you're smelling chlorine. That's what you're smelling because it's from this pool and the jacuzzi that's there in at Chase Field. So and I also met the mascots of the D-backs from Randy Johnson to Luis Gonzalez, the mascot. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go Chase Field number 2. I like the retractable roof. That stadium is just very iconic. Number 3 on my list, I gotta put Dodger Stadium just because of the history. You're gonna hate me for this, but Dodger Stadium because of the history, I gotta put it there. I gotta say that look, the history is just the history. A lot of games, a lot of famous players in the history of baseball have played there, so you gotta put it there. Um, Number 4 would be Coors Field, and that's a ballpark. See, here's the thing: I don't want to rank Coors Field like number 4. Like, I love Coors Field, like it's so nice. But since there's so many great ballparks in the NL West, I got to put it at 4. But if it was any other division, I would put it at 1. So like I gotta put Coors Field like the out in I believe it's center field. They have those bushes there. It's high up in the mountain or high up in the mile high city in altitude. So it's very unique. And then number 5, and my boy Callan McClurg is gonna hate me for this. And Casey, please do not tell Callan I said this. He's gonna kill me. Petco Park at 5. But it's not fair to Petco Park because
Wow.
they're not the worst ballpark they're not a bad ballpark. They're a great ballpark. but this division just has so many great ballparks. So I can't like help but put them as 5. But they are, if I had to rank like a top 5 or top 10 list of all Major League Baseball ballparks, they would definitely be in the top 10. But that's why this is hard, because all the divisions or all the NL West just has amazing ballparks. So I got to put them at 5. I like the metal. You know that metal, the metal building, the metal whatever reserve hard sale building or whatever they call it there in left field.
Mhm.
The square, the grassy area, in right field. Tony Gwynn's
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. I love that ballpark, but this division just has so many outstanding ballparks that it's just hard. But let's go to our last topic, Tejas. AL Central. AL Central. Oh man, we got Comerica Park. This might be easy. Comerica Park, Target
Isaiah, I don't think
Field.
I can't participate in this because I haven't been to any of the
No, it's
ballparks.
okay, bro. You don't have to like beat it to the ballparks, dude. I have never. I'll tell you, I have never been to any of the
Isaiah, it's
ballparks.
hard to it's hard to rank a ballpark when I've never been to the ballpark.
Well, how
And
about you?
I've been to 8 ballparks out of the 30 ML. I've been to 8 ballparks, I think.
Right.
So,
No. How about you rank them based on which one you want to go to in the
yes.
AL Central? Yes, in
Yes.
the AL Central. How about that?
You
Because
go
don't worry,
first.
I have never been to any of these as well, but I'm gonna go first. So we got Kauffman Stadium with the Royals, Progressive Field with the Guardians, Comerica Park with the Tigers, Target Field with the Hey Tejas, can you look it up? Is it called Target Field with the Twins? I think it is. Or is it called Targets? I don't know.
Yes,
What
it
is it?
is. Target Field.
Target Field with the Twins, and then you have last but not
Yes.
least, Guaranteed Rate Field with the White Sox. This is
Yes.
easy, honestly. The White Sox, I'm gonna go with Guaranteed Right Field number 5. Nothing really stands out about that ballpark. The only thing that stands out about it is,
It's located in the south end of Chicago,
yeah, a bad area
which is,
too.
like,
Real,
considered a bad part of town.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's not really
exactly.
located in the nicest spot.
No, plus they don't have they never get fans, sadly, at that ballpark. It's always empty. And then they have like the only thing that's really stands out about the ballpark is if you look at the scoreboard at Guaranteed Rate Field, there's like a bunch of like candy decorations there. That's it. Like that's kind of the thing that stands out the most about that ballpark, but that's about it. So yeah, Guaranteed Rate Field last is gonna be last. It is located in a dangerous area. Um I want to say Progressive Field at number 4 with the Guardians, just because like older ballpark. The only thing that stands out is they have this 25-foot high wall in left field, which makes it really hard to hit home runs out there. But other than that, not a lot of stuff really stands out about that ballpark. Number 3 on my list, I'm gonna say Target Field, just because, like, yeah, you got it's nice, it's new, but again, not a lot of stuff stands out about that ballpark, right? Um, Number 2, I'm gonna go Comerica Park. You know, a lot of history there. Miguel Cabrera, Armando Galarraga getting robbed of that perfect game. There's a lot of history there. You know, the seats, you know, the stadium is huge, so there's a lot of space, a lot of seating area. Um, you know, it's just a great place to watch a ball game, in my opinion. And the foul territory is massive there. And then last but not least, Tejas, look up Kauffman Stadium of the Royals. They got a waterfall, I believe, in left center field. They got the big Rockies or Royals scoreboard, which is extremely cool in center field. Um, like just the ballpark is just so unique. It's so amazing. So I would, if I'm ever in Kansas City, I'm definitely hitting up that stadium one day. But Tejas, how about you? AL Central, rank them for me.
So, for desire to go, so my number 5 is easily the Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. That's just generally not a very good stadium and not a very good area, and there's not really a lot of fans, so I don't think I'd get a lot of joy and a lot of pleasure. Thankfully, I went to the Cubs stadium instead of the White Sox one when I went to Chicago. And then um as for my number 4, um let me think. You know what? I'll go Minnesota number 4 cuz I don't know what's going to drag me to go to Minnesota one day, but I mean, I guess if I ever go to Minnesota, I can visit the Mall of America and then I can see a game at in sorry in Target Field. But the Twins are pretty bad, so that'd be my fourth most. So the last
Tickets will
two
be
ball
cheap though. Tickets will
yeah,
be cheap though with
the
them
last two
sucking.
ballparks. So the last place ballparks, so White Sox and Twins, yeah, it's not too much desire right now. At number 3, and I would actually put 2 and 3, um, I guess interchangeably, or maybe not. Number 3, I'm gonna I'm gonna put the Guardians at number 3 because I can visit Cleveland and I guess see what's in there and kind of roll around their Canton Hall of Fame in Ohio. Then there's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? So, sorry, let me see.
Also, it's next to the Cavs arena, so if you want to hit up a Cavs game, you could after a Guardians game or before.
Exactly. So I think, yeah, Cleveland wouldn't be a bad third. Cleveland is ranked third on my list, I guess. Or you know what? You could see a Browns game.
You honestly could. You could see a Browns game, and
Yeah,
then, yes, you can hit a
I
Browns
guess
game, hit up a
us.
Cavs game.
yeah. Cavaliers would be good because they've had some winning teams.
All right, so that's
But
your
yeah,
third.
so that's my 3. But honestly, I would put maybe 2 and 3 as slightly interchangeable because there are places to visit in these. But number 2, I'm gonna go Kansas City. I would like to explore Kansas City. I play jazz at my school, and Kansas City has lots of jazz in it. So um, I think Kansas City and Kansas City Blues and stuff. So I think seeing a Royals game at Kauffman Stadium, which is I guess right next to where the Chiefs play, I think that would be pretty. That would be that would be pretty cool. And you know what else is in Kansas City? The African American League Museum.
Yes, very unique that not a lot of people talk about.
I wanna go see that. If I ever go to Kansas City, that is the place that I'd really wanna visit.
Yeah, also that ballpark teaches the reason why you should visit it is
Yeah,
because the waterfall in left field that they have
yeah,
or left center, and then they
uh-huh.
have that amazing unique scoreboard where it's like the Royals logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Every year, I always go to an MLB ballpark.
Oh,
And
nice.
I have something to show you, I guess off call, but it's like a chart that has all the MLB ballparks, and you use a coin to kinda scratch it. You kinda use a coin to scratch out the ballpark.
Wow. Definitely
Like,
need to see that.
they're all the ballparks are covered, and whenever you go to one, you just scratch it off with a coin. It's actually really, really unique.
Wow.
Yeah, I love visiting MLB ballparks.
So what's
So,
your
yeah,
what's your
Kauffman
one?
Stadium. My
Couple.
number 1 is Comerica Park, 'cause Detroit
Wow.
Tigers, they have a history. The team has a lot of history, and I think Detroit's kinda shaping up a little more than what it used to be, from what I've heard. So, and Detroit's also a diehard sports town. I mean, the Lion fans, they got the Tigers, the Red Wings. I mean, they're the Pistons. They're just very hardcore fans. So I think it's also like they're one of the oldest franchises, and it's got to be one of the oldest ballparks in the league right now.
It might be outside of like the museums, right? Like
Yeah.
Dodger, Fenway, Wrigley.
So
It might be.
you would get like an authentic ballpark experience, I think, with Comerica Park, because the Tigers have a lot of history, and I always want to go to ballparks of teams that have, a lot of history in them. And the Tigers are definitely, one of those teams that has a lot of history. Sorry, are you shocked that I put it at 1?
No, I mean, I think that's a good list. For me, I'm only saying Kauffman Stadium because like I like the features of it, but I can respect Detroit because like I always wanted to go to Detroit just because like when you watch games, right? Postseason games, regular season games in the past,
Yeah.
like I remember like
I've
Grant
been to Michigan.
Balfour.
I've been
Yeah.
to Michigan once. My dad went to Michigan for business school, so when I was about 9, he took me for one of the football games, which was really
Wow.
fun. And I'm not a fan of college football, but I've been to the Michigan uh I've been to the Michigan stadium at the big house, and the football game was a really fun experience, actually.
Wow, that's
So
awesome,
you
man.
could go to
Glad I
Michigan, you could go to
yeah.
Ann Arbor, you could go to Ann Arbor and visit the college town, and then you could see a Tiger game in Detroit. And Michigan in sports, man, is just big.
Yeah, they definitely are. There's a lot of teams, even the hockey
Yeah,
teams too, like Michigan hockey, like it's crazy.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Chardo, you're up next, man. I think you're on mute right now, but go
So
ahead and
my
rank your NL. Yeah, go rank
my
your NL West ballparks first, and then your AL Central ones.
so my top five sleeper teams in the NL West. I'll go number 5 Dodgers, number 4 Colorado Rockies, number 3 San Diego Padres, 2 Arizona Diamondbacks, 1 Giants. I gotta go 1 Giants. That's already a giveaway. I You knew I was gonna go there.
All right,
So
what's your ballpark rankings though?
my NL West ballparks. I'm going number 5 Dodger Stadium, number 4 Chase Field, number 3 Petco Park, 2 Coors Field, 1 Oracle Park. And AL Central, I'm
Okay.
going number 5 Guaranteed Rate Field, number 4 Comerica Park, number 3 Target Field, number 2 Kauffman Stadium, 1 Progressive Field.
Wow, Progressive Field at number 1.
Wait,
Wow.
Yardle? Hello?
Do you have anything? Do you have anything to ask me?
Yeah, have you been to these ballparks?
Um, I haven't been to Kauffman Stadium, but I really want to go to the Royals ballpark. I mean, I really want to go there. There's something great about Kauffman Field that really
Wait,
makes me
but
want to
you've
go
been to
there.
you've been to every
No,
other
I
ballpark?
no, I went the only 2 ballparks I went to was Oracle, and then I went to Yankee Stadium.
Oh, wow, okay.
My uncle hooked up tickets to get us all to have us all go to Yankee Stadium, and we actually watched the A's play at Yankee Stadium back in New
Wow.
York.
Wow.
Uh,
And my uncle got us tickets from his work to have us go. So when my uncle told me that he got Yankee tickets, I jumped on that because anytime you got
Isaiah,
relatives who gets tickets from the work to go and gets tickets, I jumped on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this comment, Tejas. Casey King says, "My AL Central ballpark. I've only been to one, and that was the White Sox ballpark, and that was a dump." I mean, what's worse, Tropicana Field with the Rays, or Guaranteed Rate Field with the I mean, they both are trash. Honestly, like honestly, they both are like really bad. But
well, I
Hey,
would
just so
actually put the Rays because would the fans even get up if they play good? I don't know, but
I'm honestly,
if the
they
White Sox played well, the fans would get
they
up.
do show up. That's right. They do
Yeah.
show up. The Rays fans, I don't know if they'll show up. They do come for playoff games, but that's it. Even when
Only
the Rays were
playoff games.
good,
And
yeah.
dude, are the A's gonna still have fans? Because I don't think.
I mean, they're playing in a AAA ballpark right now, and it's like the only issue with the A's ballpark is it gets so hot in like July or June.
That's how bad their situation is.
hey hey Isaiah. So when I went to the Yankee and A's game when my uncle got us tickets, I got to see Mariano Rivera play.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, hey,
That's
Charnel.
phenomenal.
Enter Sandman, the greatest song ever, Mariano Rivera's entrance song.
Wow, that's
I
awesome.
got
Like
to
I would love that.
and I got to see Mariano Rivera up close. Like it's like I was sitting courtside at the Yankee game.
Wow,
Chardon,
that's phenomenal.
do you like Metallica?
I love Metallica, and Enter Sandman's one of my favorite songs from Metallica.
Metallica's one of my favorite bands.
Well, all right, fellas, we got all six
Isaiah,
divisions done.
I really
Oh shit! But I think Chardot's having. Are you having some? I think I can't. I think he's having some tech issues right now. But we have done 6 divisions in 6 days. Tejas, be proud of yourself because that's a great accomplishment. But baseball season is officially upon us in about 21 minutes from now. 20 minutes. It's going to be opening day, man, or it's going to be about that day for opening day. Well, Tejas, before we end this.
I'll have an opening day nightmare tonight about
Oh God,
the Yankees.
Yankees. Oh God.
Winning like 5-1 tomorrow.
Since it's opening day tomorrow, let's get this out right now. World Series pick, and let's do like an NL MVP and an AL MVP because that's it's season's about to start, right? So for me, for my World Series pick, I'm gonna go Dodgers. Shoot. I'm gonna go Dodgers versus. You know what, Tejas? Do you have a World Series pick already in mind?
I was gonna say the
Crap. I'm trying to think of the teams that I've predicted. You know what? I'm gonna go with the surprise. I'm gonna go with the big surprise.
Yeah.
I don't think LA is gonna be in the World Series this year, and you're gonna be shocked at that. I know they have a lot of talent, but guess what? They've had a lot of talent. A couple years before the last 2 years, they didn't make the World Series. I don't think LA is gonna make it. I'm gonna go Detroit versus. I'm gonna go Tarek Skubal and Detroit facing off against. Shoot, I want to do this, but I'm gonna go Detroit versus the New York Mets, and I'm gonna go
Mets.
I'm gonna go Detroit versus the New York Mets. That's my World Series pick. Remember, hey, baseball. You know the thing about baseball is anything is possible. That's
Didn't the Mets met their season last year?
Yeah, but guess what? They got everybody out. They got everybody, all the distractions are out now, and now they got some really good young players, and they got some really good pitchers. I'm gonna go
okay,
but I'm gonna go Detroit winning it though. I think the Tigers win the World Series over the Mets in in 6 games. I'm gonna go Tigers over Mets. That's what I'm going. How about you?
Sorry, I had a cramp. My World Series prediction, I'm gonna say
You gonna pick the Rays?
boo no, the Tampa Bay Rays can't go to the World Series.
If you need more time to think, I can ask Chardot for his
Okay,
World Series.
I have my American League. I
Okay.
have my American League prediction.
Okay.
Now I just need a National League National League prediction.
How about I go to Chardot first before, and you can think about it.
So my World Series matchup will be Giants versus Yankees. NL MVP will be Matt Chapman, and the AL MVP will be Aaron Judge.
Wow.
I think we're a couple years away, Shardle.
But I would love to see the Giants and the Yankees in the World Series because they're both from the AL and the NL. That would be a fun World Series to watch.
I guess, but that's a bold prediction.
I hope it comes out to be true.
Now my AL winner is the Yankees. I just need an NL winner.
Well,
Are you gonna go Giants versus Yankees like I am? Because you're saying Yankees is your AL winner.
well, he had the Giants winning the he had the Dodgers winning the division.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the. I'm just gonna say.
Just say it.
I think it's gonna be the frauds. I think it's gonna be the frauds and the Yankees. So I think it's gonna be the. I think it's gonna be the Fodgers. It's gonna be the Frogers and the Yankees. But I think New York wins it this time.
Wow. Okay. So for me, I got Mets, Tigers over Mets. Tejas has Dodgers, Yankees over Dodgers. Chardot's got the Yankees, Giants. He's got the Giants winning. It's going to be a great year, guys. It's going to be a great year, but we are 16 minutes away from officially opening day and opening up the 2026 MLB season. Let me have you, because you two are Giants fans. So Tejas, I'll go to you first on this. Tomorrow we got opening day. Giants, Yankees, Aaron Judge, and the Yankees facing Tony Vitello in his debut against the Giants, or on the Giants. What are you most excited about tomorrow in that game?
I'm just excited to see what the hitting group is going to look like with all of our hitting players and, the lineup and getting all the excitement, getting all the excitement back again. I'm excited to face Aaron Judge at home. Aaron Judge, the Yankees rarely play in SF. So, and my uncle's a Yankees fan.
Oh, wow.
My dad's brother, so my uncle is a Yankees fan. So it'll be a fun series between the Giants and Yankees. It's like a banger to start the 2026 season.
It is on Netflix too, nonetheless.
So Isaiah, you're a Texas Ranger fan, but you used to be an Ace fan.
Yeah, I can't look. The thing with people ask me this all the time. You used to be an A's fan and now you're a Rangers fan. What happened? Well, first of all, the A's moved. And secondly, I can't root for an owner. And this is not like nothing against the players or the coaching staff. I can't root for John Fisher or the A's because like what happened was a lot of people don't know this, but the A's originally set up a trust fund to put money in to help the workers that were getting laid off in Oakland, right? Well, they never gave anybody the money or anybody any money as like a settlement for laying them off. So it was just kind of messed up. So I can't root for the A's, honestly, because I can't root for John Fisher because of that. Like, who puts people onto the streets after and you pay, like say, hey, I'm going to pay you this much money, blah, blah, blah. It's like a severance, like to severance you. and you don't even pay that. That's messed up in my opinion. So that's why I ended up becoming a Rangers fan. Plus, I ended up winning $50 because I bet on the Rangers to win the World Series one year, and that ended up happening. So yeah, that's why I'm a Rangers fan. But Chardot, I'll give you the last word on this. Giants Yankees tomorrow. What are you looking forward to, and who do you think wins?
I'm so excited that Giants baseball is finally back. Yeah, Giants and Yankees. That might be one of the greatest matchups. You get to see Aaron Judge play for the team that he grew up going to Giants games when he was a kid. I think it's gonna be. I think Giants are gonna win this game. I think I got the Giants winning 9-0.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I
Aegis, how
got
about you?
and I got Tyler Fitzgerald hitting 2 home runs.
I
I
wouldn't
got
be
You know,
shocked.
hold
Ramos
on, no,
hitting.
hold on. He's not even in. You know, he's not in the majors, right?
He's not in the
So
majors.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with Jungkook Lee hitting 2 home runs. Going with Ramos hitting 1 home run, and then Chapman hitting 2 home runs.
9-0. That's your
9-0. It's gonna be
prediction.
It's gonna be a shutout.
How about you, Tejas? Who you got for Giants Yankees tomorrow?
I honestly think we're gonna. I think we're losing.
Really?
Yeah. I told you I had us at like 83 games this
Tejas,
year. I
why
think
you
we're losing.
You
This team
did. You
Tejas,
had.
hasn't
why you
trusted
why
yet.
you thinking? Don't think like that. Don't be a don't be
We're
a
probably gonna lose
don't.
four. Probably gonna
Hold on.
lose 4-3.
Okay. I mean,
Why you
look.
bring
4-3 or 4-2 or 3-2. One of those.
Look.
Tejas? Why you bringing the negativity? Stop bringing the
He's a
negativity. Be
he's a
hopeful that your team's
realistic
gonna
fan,
win.
though. He's a
But
realistic fan.
don't be
Who's
negative.
realistic?
Oh my
You
god.
gotta hope that we're gonna get the win. That's what you have to be
I hope
hopeful.
we'll win, but
All right, fellas. Let's call it a night. But it's here we go, man. Baseball is about to be
Isaiah,
back.
who do you think will win tomorrow?
Giants are gonna
Well,
win tomorrow.
I think I'm gonna go with New York. I think they're too strong. Well, you know what? I'm actually gonna pick the Giants, and here's why. Because
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. Because the Yankees offense, they're known for hitting the long ball out, right? But at Oracle Park at night, the ball died. So I think that Logan Webb will have an easier time of limiting a lot of runs because I don't think the Yankees are going to be able to hit a lot of bombs out of Oracle Park because of the air. And so I think Logan Webb's actually going to do good. Max Fried, look, that's going to be a great pitchers matchup, but I think it's going to be like a low scoring, like 2-1 type of ball game. Like I think it's going to be really nail biting type of a game.
So the
But
starting pitchers for tomorrow, it's from the Giants. It's gonna be Logan Webb, and from the Yankees, it's gonna be Max Fried. I think the
yes,
game on the 27th, the Tejas against the real opening day. I think that's gonna be a Team USA matchup because Webb is gonna be facing off against Judge.
that's
They were
tomorrow.
both
Yeah.
players on Team USA. Webb was on Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, and Judge was also on Team USA. So that's gonna be a really fun game to watch. Seeing both players who were on Team USA on the same team to see. I mean, it's gonna be hard to see them on both sides. It's not gonna be easy to see that, right, Tejas? To see
Yeah.
Aaron Judge on the Yankees and Logan Webb on the Giants, but they both play for Team USA, so that's pretty exciting to see that.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, here we go. The baseball is back starting tomorrow in 10 minutes.
Are you gonna do a post game
Opening.
show after the Giants and Yankees game tomorrow, and recap the game, talk
I
about the
probably
game?
won't because I got something going on later on in the I got something going on later on in the night. But
Tejas, if
well,
you want to,
oh,
Hey, he left.
I think he's having some tech issues. But look, here we go. Baseball is officially back.
Baseball's back.
Baseball is back, man. Giants, your Giants, my Rangers. Rangers kick off the season on Thursday. Your Giants
Who do you
kick
guys
off the
play?
season we play the Phillies, which is gonna be exciting.
Philadelphia.
Rangers, Phillies, like both great offenses going at it. Ooh.
Oh, Isaiah, I had two sleeper World Series.
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
I was gonna pick Philadelphia and Milwaukee.
I don't trust Philadelphia. I really don't trust them.
That's
And
the thing. I don't know if I can trust them, which is why I
yeah,
predicted the frauds to go back because the MLB is gonna make them go back anyway, right?
Dude, for some reason, like this, bro, I was gonna pick. I for some reason had Arizona in mind, but I was like, dude, there's no way Arizona could get to the World Series. But like, I think the
Wait, what
Mets
was that
can.
comment? Who said?
Casey says the Yankees win 5-3 tomorrow.
I agree, something like that. I
It
don't
could
think.
happen,
I
yeah.
think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna go 0-1.
But yeah,
It'll
man.
be a tough series. The Yankees are a tough team.
Yankees are a tough team, but they have the offense, but their
The
bullpen
Yankees
is
are
just.
always like a
Yeah.
good team. They're always tough.
But anyways, guys, it's been a great show. Appreciate everybody for tuning into the 6 divisions and 6 days series this year. We really appreciate it. If you guys missed some episodes, you guys can turn it back on the MI6 Sports Network page, and you guys can watch it there. But here we go, man. Baseball is officially back.
Do you really think it's gonna be 9-0?
I don't know what he thinks, but yeah, baseball is officially back. Here we go. The long winter is officially over. The spring is about to be here, and here we go. The march for 162 games begins now or starting tomorrow. But anyway, Tejas, any final thoughts before we call it a night and end the show?
I think.
You're just ready for baseball.
Well, I'm ready to just say that I think the Dodgers will fire Dave Roberts.
Well, we'll see. But if I have to give a bold prediction, like I've already given a lot of bold
They'll
predictions.
trade everyone away. They'll trade Freeman. They'll trade Mookie Betts. They'll trade Shohei Ohtani, and Dave Roberts is gonna be fired within the next 6 months.
I think, well, speaking of the division, I think Torey Lavello, the manager of the D-backs, I think he gets fired mid-season. But here's the catch. I think Jeff Bannister is a better manager than him, and he's the bench coach for the D-backs right now. He will be the interim manager and lead the D-backs to the division title. That's my hot take. But anyways, guys, it's been a great show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Me and Tejas will see you guys some
Thank
other
you,
time.
guys.
We'll see you guys later. And yeah, baseball is back. Predictions are in, and here we go. The start of the 2026 baseball season is officially upon us. Enjoy, everybody, and let's play ball. Let's go.